All right, all right. That's enough going around the world. It's crazy. I remember back in the day, I used to love that song, but then I realized, is that all the lyrics? Like, come on, guys, this is insane. It kind of gets to be a little bit redundant. But the reason why I play that song around the world, because I always see over the reality, because it is a digital geospatial layer covering the world, and people can create digital twins all over the world and AR content, geolocated AR content and all those good things. That's why I play it. If you know of another more appropriate song to play, then please do let me know. I picked this one because it's, around the world. Anyway, welcome everyone. This is the weekly over community space. We have it every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wonder what, I mean, I started it we started the regular spaces in 2024, and I am not sure, we never did episodes. So if we were to do episodes, this would be episode 3, season 2, although over the reality has been around for about 4 or 5 years now. Or is it 4 years? So this is like episode 3 of season 2 of having over community spaces every week. So interestingly enough, oh, before we get on, my bad. So of course I have Over the Reality as co-host, and I'd love to welcome my co-host Brover. If you don't know, Brover has joined, I think, over maybe February 2024. I could be wrong with that month, but he came on. He found out about Over the Reality's D-Pin, Map to Earn, and he and his partner Strawberry, is she down there? No, she's not there yet. They started mapping, and well, I'll let him tell you the story, but I will say that Brover and Strawberry are the top Brover number 1 and Strawberry number 2 power mappers of 2024, and that is insane. And I believe they're back in Barcelona again mapping. And I was checking out Brover's feed. So do follow Brover. I was checking out Brover's feed, and the thing I like about it is he shares like really cool tips and tricks in terms of how to get the best results for your 3D map. So if you don't know, I'll have Brover explain it. Hi, Brover. How's it going?
What's up, Carmen? Before the introduction, I thought if you really forgot about me.
Oh.
How you doing, Carmen?
I'm good. Of course, I'm not going to forget about you. I just like to talk. Oh my God. No, never, never forget about you. Totally not. I was wondering, and I don't mean to put you on a spot, but I also live stream this as a behind the scenes. Like, this is what I'm doing behind the scenes. And I was wondering, would you maybe one, I can't believe I'm telling you, asking you, would you probably one day consider coming on the live stream?
Coming on the live stream. Yeah, no, I like my privacy. I don't want people to recognize me, or because there's one thing to not trust the government, but there's one thing to not trust the internet, where every information is free.
True. True.
You understand? You understand? I'm more scared about the information that will be widely available on the internet for anybody, because I've been on the internet since for quite a long time, and I know that your privacy is priceless.
No, that's so true.
Once you lose it, you can never get it back.
So what does that say about me? There is a workaround, actually. Like, I've done this before with other people, and even with me, when I first didn't want to show my face, what I would do is I pointed the camera at my keyboard and my hands. So at least there was always movement. I don't know. It's just something to think about. It's just so lonely here with my own talking head. But I really appreciate you coming on. Tell me, okay, so you and Strawberry are in Barcelona now.
Oh yeah, we're back. We're back because there's a lot to do. I don't know why. I don't know if you saw Diego DT just released analytics from June, a very famous platform where you can see all the analytics. And in Spain, that's where the most maps are done. And weirdly, I don't know why, it's Madrid, which is in center of Spain. But Barcelona was barely untouched. So yeah, so the thing is, why would we go super far away like we did to Amsterdam when Barcelona has everything? It's just that we have to be a little bit careful, and sometimes there are really great spots that are a little bit outside the city on the beach, for example. Uh, Over the reality evolved a little bit because before there was a little issue with the horizon. It was difficult to map on the beach when the horizon was visible, and now it's perfect. We can easily map on the beach. It's cold, so there are not a lot of people, and it's beautiful weather.
Oh my gosh, I know. Like I really love Barcelona, and I love that you and Strawberry are mapping. I noticed that you were kind of like giving a cool I guess you'd call it a tip in terms of how do you get around mapping when you are like in a corner. I'm gonna try to find that if I could pin it. Let me just find that.
Oh
Can
yeah,
you?
it's my last post. It's my last post. I just when you let your mind go loose, you have new ideas. You want to put it into into action. So I tried it, and it works really well. It works really well.
You know, this is amazing. Like, I really feel that the more you and Strawberry are, like, I know there are other people that are mapping and they're just not on socials, but the way you and Strawberry are really pushing and you're kind of like perfecting and always, yeah, you're perfecting the actual process and of how to actually 3D map. And I think it's fantastic. And what I love is you guys are sharing what you're doing, how you're doing it, and that makes it a lot easier for new people who are coming into the to Overs Pin and joining the Map to Earn program to get a head start. Because I know
No,
that with there was nothing here. I know Elias, we had Elias. He used to be one of the power mappers as well, and he was like a leader on the leaderboard for so long, and he had been sending out tutorials. But thank you so much, Brover and Strawberry.
but the thing is, it adds a lot of fun too. You know, every time we wake up in the morning, because when you upload the maps, it takes quite some time for the 3D environment to be generated. Sometimes it could be a few hours. Sometimes it could be you have to wait overnight. But when you wake up in the morning, you just check your app with you sip your little coffee and you check all your maps that have been done, and you see how your camera path got adapted and what's the result. And I enjoy this a lot. Just going through all the maps and see how it turned out.
No, it's true. So here's the thing. Today, normally we talk about 3D mapping. We, of course, we talk about what you can also do on Over's geospatial platform, where you can geolocate 3D assets to make amazing AR content. And if you've been following these community weekly spaces, and if you've been following any one of our AR creators, you will know that there is a magnitude of things you can do on Over's platform. So that last week, 6 days to be exact, I was going through the Over the Reality socials, and I saw that I'm going to try to post this. Over the Reality posted something just on LinkedIn. So it's really for like a more corporate audience. And let me just try to post this on the let me see. Um, Oh boy, boop, 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 boop. Let me see. I'm gonna try to post it here, and then when I do, hopefully it shows up in the pill. Oh, it doesn't. It's on the wrong thing. Anyway, let me try to share it.
Oh yeah, it's the one where with all the possibilities with all of the reality.
Yes, it's like the. Oh, let me just share it. My goodness. I'm going to share it on the screen first for people watching the live stream. Lord of mercy. I need a producer here. Yeah, it's what this space is about. Smart cities, culture and remote tourism, and industry and retail applications. So you really guys need to see what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'll do. Carmen, you just have to post what you posted. This is crazy. I didn't even have my coffee yet. Okay, anyway, are you guys back? Like, you're not walking around mapping, are you? You're like literally just in a place.
Oh, like right now.
Yeah.
It's 6 p.m. and yeah, the sun is already down. I mean, strawberry cake and I went back to the apartment at 2. That's the beauty about over the reality. You start early. I mean, early 7 a.m., 7 or 8 a.m. We map for a few hours. We have our 80 maps per day, which is highly enough. I mean, highly enough. We map for 5 days. We drive for 2 days to arrive there, 2 days to come back, and it's profitable enough. So, but what I want to do is, I still have a little bit of energy, so I went to the main square and mapped a little bit more, just for me, just for the fun.
Okay, that's cool. I was asking you questions just so I could buy time. So thank you. I did post the link to the LinkedIn article that Over the Reality posted regarding Italians like smart cities and digital twin technologies. So what I'll do is kind of like I'll read it off. You guys, you can definitely click the link and read it for yourself. I thought it was really fantastic because here's the thing. When Over the Reality came out, they definitely had a vision to merge the digital and physical world, and also to be able to place geolocated AR assets over the world. And you can see how, as the years has evolved, more people are getting to know it. There's also different business use cases, and we kind of knew this, and by we meaning the community and obviously the Over the Reality team. But now that I think the Web3 space has matured and people are understanding more about spatial computing and what it really means for the future, and especially digital twin technology, a lot of people are getting more knowledgeable about it. So now Over the Reality is becoming more a topic of conversation because of what the platform can deliver. So I'm going to kind of like read it out. If you guys are watching on the live stream, I know the font is really small, but I really love this post that they did. So it says here, Over the Reality is an Italian spatial computing platform at the forefront of augmented reality and digital twin technologies, with a mission to blend the physical and digital worlds into immersive, navigable experiences. The platform enables the creation of digital twins, detailed 3D representations of physical spaces, offering new opportunities for smart cities, remote tourism, cultural heritage, industrial, and retail applications. And it says here, the team at Over the Reality are actively committed within the framework. And here's something interesting. So it's more because their HQ is in Italy. Here's the thing. Within the framework of European development directives linked to virtual worlds and Web 4.0, to the planning that will bring smart cities to the cityverse, as well as the creation of a European data space for local communities and for the enhancement of cultural heritage. And I was like, okay. So even though obviously Over the Reality is a global platform, they're really kind of like part of their arm is focused on the European side and helping their technology being developed like across the Atlantic pond, like from where I am. It says here, Over the Reality's vision is to lead the evolution from the smart cities to the cityverse that redefines how we interact with the urban world around us. By leveraging blockchain and XR technologies, Over the Reality is transforming the way business and municipalities operate. So you know how they talked about layers in the beginning, like there's 3 layers to Over. There's the public layer, the private layer, and another layer. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, I think the map to earn layer. I feel like this post is kind of like setting the pace and the tone of what's to come for the private layer. Is it the private or public?
Isn't there something that triggered you, like Web 4.0?
Yes.
You asking the question? Yes, right. I searched it up. Web 4.0, like we know about Web 3 because it's happening, but Web 4? Web 4 I searched and I was kind of surprised of what it was. So it's about AR, of course, and it's about AI agents. So it's about symbiosis between humans and machines. It's really exciting. So machines are taking decisions for us before we ask it. crazy.
Okay, that is insane. I'm trying to, and here's the thing. There was a tweet that overdid this morning. Da, 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 and they said, and somebody commented, they were talking about oh yeah, Overland's on base, right? Oh, that's the new news. Do you want to go and tell the new news for Over while I pin it? Let me find the tweet.
Oh, the OVR lens can be bridged to base and can be traded there. Great, right?
Yes.
Wait, I wonder if we can mint it on base. Sorry, I didn't do my homework.
No. Neither did I. So I was speaking with Diego and Davide yesterday. It was so good to see them. I literally, when they came on the Google Meet, I saw Diego first, and then Davide entered the video, and literally I had tears in my eyes. That's how much I missed them. But anyway, we will be having a what's it called, like an AMA for, it's probably going to be Diego. He'll get to answer all your questions about Uomi staking, and especially where Over the Reality is going in 2025. So I really can't wait for that. But no, I didn't even do my homework either. I just saw it and I thought it was really cool. But what alerted me was somebody was saying, where is it? Somebody said, oh, what about, oh, Carmelita. I want to find that question. So when Over the Reality posted calling base, overlands are now available on base, and I think that's fantastic. Yes, they're still on Polygon, but somebody asked the question. Let me see. Oh boy. Somebody asked somebody mentioned something about AI agents and whatever. And what I wanted to tell, what were we going to say, Brover?
Yes. I mean, I think that the move, the fact that they're putting it on base, and the fact that we can trade OVR on base, and we can withdraw our OVR on base, directly on base, is the fact that Polygon proof of stake is fading away a little bit, and everything, all the trending things are happening on base, like AI agents, for example. So I think that's the main reason, because Polygon, I mean, I use Polygon since 2021, and it's pretty cheap. It works pretty well, but it's just people don't use it as much as base. That's just what I want to say.
No, that's so true. And I know Diego was on a I think it was just this week. He was on a Twitter space for DPIN, and they actually clipped it. They did a little bit of a clipping, and he said that one of the reasons why they joined base is because it's an L2, and normally people would launch their projects on Ethereum, like an L1 blockchain. But the fact that people are actually launching projects on base L2, that really speaks for the platform itself. So I'm just trying to remember what he said in that audio clip. But I want people to also, man, I knew I should have bookmarked this comment, but somebody commented something about Over the Realities platform in terms of AI agents. And if people don't know, that is what Over the Reality started off with. I don't know if the blog post is still there, because I know the website has been changed like 3 times to my knowledge, but I'll try to find it. One of the first blog post was showing an AI avatar, or actually not even like avatars in for the retail space, where you can come in to a store and speak to the avatar, and they will be able to guide you and assist you. So this was like 3-4 years ago. Go on, Bover.
I think the question that you are referring to is someone said, what is Uomi? Why is Uomi good for Over the Reality? What's the link?
Yes, that's the one. That is the one. And I think
I see so many use cases, but what you're referring to, what he said afterwards, when I tried Over the Reality for the first time, I wanted to see what it could do, and it was crazy because I had an AI in my living room, just standing there and playing as if it was a retail employee, trying to show me where a certain product was. And it was actually moving, also like playing along, like I was like, where's the toilet paper? And it was moving in my apartment to show me where it was, and we had a real conversation. And I think that Hexdice talked about it. I think it was one of the first or the second time I talked with Hexdice, and yeah, they told me that they put it together, and it's crazy how many possibilities we have. Like for businesses, like anybody, like instead of going to a website, you're going to use your AR glasses when it's going to become mainstream. You're going to make your appointment for, I don't know, hairdresser, or just to choose a pair of shoes. You have someone who is going to give you advice which pair or choose to try, and you're going to try the pair of shoes and see yourself in the mirror with the shoes on, and the AI agents is going to reserve the shoes for you, and then you're going to be able to pick it up in the store. Oh.
No, I know that is so true. I love that. That's funny how that's your experience, because you did mention Hexadize. My first experience with over the reality and like the remote AR was when I was speaking with Hexadize, and we decided to get into one of the spaces in over the realities app, and it was the most freakiest thing when I've only seen Hexadize's face on video and I've heard his voice. But then when I logged into the app, oh my God, he was right here in my living room. And it was the most freakiest thing. I was like, oh my God, you're here. Like he's literally in my living room. And it was like it was such a weird experience. And I was thinking, my goodness, like I thought this was fantastic, because instead of having like video conference meetings, you can have people can meet in AR. You see their bodies, you see their faces move. They're right there in front of you. I thought it was just like, it was a really weird experience, like initially, but then I was thinking, wow, this is so cool. It's funny how you just thought of Hexadized. Like you mentioned Hexadize. Oh, thank you. You're very good at remembering. Yes, it was exactly that. Over the reality, re-quoted something from Uomi, and it said Uomi is building an AI layer one blockchain to revolutionize the AI agent space. Through this partnership, we're also driving innovation in the AR ecosystem by introducing advanced AI features coming soon. You're right. And then somebody did comment. That's right.
And there's another news.
What?
The TGE is for February. So for anybody staking, I think I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but they're gonna be a release of the coin in February, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that was what they said. That was like the hint. Like they said, stay tuned. They also posted that the Uomi token was going to launch in February. So that's really, I wonder if it's going to be around for Valentine's Day. That would be really cool. But that's right. I'm glad you found that out, Brover. Thank you so much. How AI agents can help Over. And then Over replied, we will bring them to life through AR. And that's what made me remember, well, that's what before AI agents, or maybe Over knew that AI agents was going to come 4 years ago, but that was what their first concept was, is these avatars for retail. And speaking of which, I'm looking at let's look at the space and let's see who's here, Brover. We've got, who do we have? We've got LM, Hey LM, Conrad, K-Bot, Altered Alley, Thors, Hexadize, Era Labs, Alex, our head of community, woohoo, Virtual X, Shamanego, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. We've got Swavery, hey, our Hexa, so glad you joined, and I'm glad you joined our Hexa. I'd love if you've been able to come up and speak. Hey, Pedro, hey, Open Metaverse, hey, Jessica, so good to see you. Hey, Enrit, hey, Mario, and Lolo Ross. Lolo Ross, that is so cute. I know, and I see you, CryptoCam. I'll bring you up in a minute, but what I wanted to do is there was a post that I did that I tagged a bunch of people in terms of how they were using over the reality, and especially in terms of business use cases. I know LM is doing it for entertainment and education and other things. I know that Altered Alley is doing it for education, entertainment, and I know something else. Hexadize is doing it for education and entertainment. It could be also retail. I think LM's also using it as a retail aspect. I know Virtual X is using over the realities platform for entertainment. Like I would call it sports and entertainment and education. I would say our Hexa is using it for, and here's the thing, I kind of threw the mic, guys, catch the mic. I threw the mic at our Hexa, Virtual X, LM Designs, Altered Alley, and Hexadize because I want to hear from them what and how they've been using. Oh, he's driving at the moment. Okay, sorry about that. But I would really love to get an update. We should get an update from our Hexa because he literally snagged a contract or a role helping his city at a municipal or governmental level, local governmental level, getting the city and the tourism aspect on over the reality, and that is huge. I mean, that would
It
be the
is.
right, isn't that?
Yeah, I'm always amazed by the thing he's telling about what he's doing.
Exactly, exactly. And I know Hexadize and the team of AR Wonderland, they've got a whole wow city takeover plan for the whole of 2025. I think it starts with ETH Denver all the way to South by Southwest and all these events in between, ending in December again for in Miami for Bit Basel, Miami Art Week, Art Basel. It is crazy. So if you are a content creator, especially building in the XR space, and you want to get involved with, if you want to actually showcase your work in any of these events and over the realities platform, in addition to if you're a marketer or business and you want to be showcased in a whole different platform that gives you another way of engaging your customers or your clients or your community, you would really need to connect with Hexadize and aka AR Wonderland team because they do have a group of what's it called, XR artists and developers that can totally help with that. 2025 is really, really exciting. It really is. Brover, what are you excited for most in terms of I don't know, like we haven't seen over the realities 2025 roadmap, but if you can speculate, what do you think the most exciting thing would be in 2025?
So the thing is, over the reality was very focused on mappers. I mean, this is what got in. But they said that they would be way more focused. They need to be more focused now on landowners, on creators. There was the competition, but I hope that they will find some other ways, some new things that will drive people to buy more land, because to show people what they are missing out if they don't own land, which is an AR domain. People don't understand that enough. An AR domain, which is like a website in the Web 2, it's just a page. It's in two dimensions. But with all the reality, it's in 3D, ready for AR, and you have a map linked to it, which is the physical location in the world where it is. So every AR domain has a physical location, and I think that people don't understand that enough, and I think that they will show it, and people will start to understand. That's what I hope.
Wow, well said. Well said. I know when I came across the smart cities article on LinkedIn, I was like, whoa, this is getting serious here. If over the reality is kind of like they're really turning up their engine in terms of this. And you did mention you looked up Web 4.0, and oh my God, imagine over the reality over across the Atlantic, for me anyway, and what they're going to be doing in terms of bringing the European cities, Europe as a whole, into the conversation and ecosystem of smart cities. Now, smart cities, it's not a new thing. I've heard of smart cities in 2005. I'm not kidding. I remember I met Robert Goh, no, Oliver Goh, Goh. I think he was from Switzerland, and he created a company called SHASPA, partnered with IBM. I forgot what SHASPA stands for. I think it was like Smart Housing, something, something. And what they did was, this was all in Second Life, And then they created sensors in Second Life in the IBM simulator, in the IBM sim. And I got shown that these sensors were attached to like the power in people's homes, and you can monitor like the, like not the outage, but the usage of the heat and lighting and power on that, all on that data in Second Life. And back then in 2005 and 6, I thought that was fantastic, because now you are using sensors in a 3D virtual world, and you are collecting data on the cloud. And now fast forward to 2025, you are collecting, like with smart cities, it's still here, and smart cities technology has evolved with new technologies coming and being players into the smart city ecosystem. You are now gathering data for smart cities, and now the data is on the blockchain. I don't know, like there's so many things going on. I just really can't wait for Diego or Davide to come on, so we could really pick their brain and have them talk to us, right, Brover?
Oh, me too. Me too.
I mean, ugh. I mean, I could only speculate by this article, and my brain is going, oh my God, this is like fantastic, blah 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 blah. Because as far as I know, back in, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, in terms of sustainability, especially like using wind technology for power, I do believe Europe was leading the charge. I could be wrong. I know we have like those wind turbines in the United States, and I'm pretty sure Canada. But I remember reading an article way back in the early 2000s or something, that I think it was Portugal or one of those European cities that actually adapted that whole wind turbine, like sustainability power thing, and I was really impressed. And I wouldn't surprise me if Europe again is leading the charge on smart cities and
Oh,
stuff.
there are lots of wind turbines in Portugal.
Oh, really? You think so? They're the first city to have adapted that technology, and maybe I,
I wouldn't say it's linked to AI, but yeah, they're using wind a lot for electricity in Portugal.
okay. Let's bring up CryptoCam. I know he's probably got questions. Here you go,
Let's go.
CryptoCam. Let's go. Thanks for hanging in there. Hey, CryptoCammy. What's up? What's up? You can unmute.
Oh,
Hello, CryptoCam. Are you there?
Sorry, I was coming through the metaverse. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey,
Lovely.
GM. What is up, Brover? What is up, Carmen? Always enjoy listening to you guys. Hello, everybody down below. Hit that purple pill and hit the like and repost. Let's share this wonderful space with some others and get them in here to learn about Over and join our wonderful family of amazing friends here. I just wanted to come up and show some love. Thank you, Carmen, for hosting this Over space to share these techniques. I'm always so inspired by Brover and strawberry cake. I haven't quite got on my Over journey yet. The weather kind of changed on me up here, as you know, Carmen, up north, with the snow. And I had a question. And I don't know if anyone could answer this. Like, does that affect like the scans? Are you able to still scan areas that have like, snow laying around? Are those like acceptable mappings or maps, or what is the standpoint on something like that? Obviously, you can't do it like when it's dark or something. You need good daylight, because I know Bro was saying, it gets dark at this time on the beach and stuff. But I'm just trying to like, take notes and tips on stuff, as I, go through these spaces, that you host, and learning different things. And I was just wondering about that.
Oh, so wait. First about the snow. Snow, I don't know. I never tried, but I think I saw some. I saw some maps that were done on snow. I don't know how accurate it's going to be. I saw some, but not much. But about night, you can do it at night. When if it's in the city, there's no real problem, right? You need of course a good phone, but the thing is you're gonna have like a very interesting color. It's gonna be a purplish color that you're gonna have in your map. But if it's well lit up or a little bit lit up, it's gonna turn out right. So because what we did, Strawberry Cake and I, to show an example, we mapped very very early, like at 6 a.m. in Amsterdam, and all the maps turned out great, even if the sun wasn't up yet. So it should work, but it needs to be a little bit of artificial light. Okay.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. Like y'all are super inspiring, and I'm really looking forward to really deep diving on my own personal journey, and you've inspired me to document the process from entire rookie logging on to the platform to hopefully being like you and your partner one day, and being an expert out here and traveling around and being able to cover my expenses. That's amazing. Like I don't think people actually. I mean, it's even hard for me to actually process that. And watching guys over the past months, that like you're out here. I don't know what else should you do for income, but during these times and stints that you take these little journeys, these over journeys, you're able to finance your trips. By scanning. And just you're lucky to have a partner to be able to travel with, so you have that companionship as well. So I'm sure that adds to these trips. Also be able to travel with somebody and having this experience with someone, but it's like I thinking of it, and it's, can you travel vacations and things like that? But with Over, you're talking vacation in an entirely different way. Like you're 3D documenting these beautiful places that you have the opportunity to experience. And like you said, it takes a little while for these maps. I heard you say to render. And I can only imagine. You're out mapping all day. You're waiting for these renders. You go back to the hotel, apartment. You wake up the next morning, you have dinner, you check before you go to bed, and then you see this like awesome experience that you just created. And it is art. It is art. It's another form of expression, and I can just imagine that feeling of that. And then even once you go back home and share, you document this stuff online and share it with us, and we can go in there. We're not in Europe. Some of us have been, others may have never been or want to go. But because of what you're doing, we're able to log into your maps and share these experiences, and I just really appreciate that. And like I said, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that, you guys are actually, financing these trips by help experience. It's inspiring and motivational, and I really, really respect what you're doing. Thank you.
I'm really glad to hear it. It's super fun. Thank you so much. Like we don't need. I mean, for now, we don't need another type of income, even though we're working like maybe 2 weeks a month, 1 or 2 weeks. It's enough. It's enough. So it's that profitable. And if you still have if you don't want to quit your job, which I totally understand, it's very risky. You can do that 2 days or 4 days a month, and it's still a big add on your pay to do, and it's really fun, just like you said. And thank you so much for everything you said. It's heartwarming. Over.
Yeah, man. It is inspiring, and it is heartwarming, man. Like just to see this and experience it with you, and like. Crypto's it's been a journey for all of us, and seeing people, go full time into different forms of this blockchain, technology and space, that's been created over the past few years has been like, wow, people are really able to change their lives. And you guys have, I don't know what your lives were like before, but like I said, the experiences that you're able to have and create now are really amazing and really inspiring for others. And, even 6 months, a year down the line, someone's going to, come across hear about in the space. It would be, 2 times the people in it listening and be like, what? You guys have been doing this for a year? You know what I mean? And all the apps that you will have created, it's just, wow. I mean, so I'm going to be as good as you guys today, so keep doing what you're doing. Know that people here, you're motivating, inspiring people you may not even have any clue about. So I appreciate it. And we all should, support them, in their journey, liking and reposting their stuff because other people need to know, I would have never known had I not, been brought into this community by Michael and Hex and, got to know each of you guys in here. I've never been able to, share this experience. So, I feel like we need to, share this out with other people outside the circle and, let them know what Over is doing and the possibilities, because this is the future. This what they're doing now and what you guys are doing and creating and building is, what's coming, and I definitely have a knack of seeing what's coming. And I wanted to thank Altered Alley. I hung out at Spatial with Altered Alley last night. He hooked me up. I'm going to start a little journey with him. Got a new friend. Yeah. Thank you, Altered. I appreciate your patience teaching me last night over in Spatial. And I'm looking forward to driving down this road with you as well that we started last night. So thank you so much.
That's great. Thank you so much, CryptoCamp, for giving flowers to Over the Realities platform and Brover and Altered Alley. I'm glad you guys connected, and for sure, Altered is one of the people. If you want to get immersed in this whole XR ecosystem, he's definitely the one. It's so good to have you on with us. Oh yeah, we've totally been talking about Over the Reality. People know about Over. And now with this whole spatial computing and digital twin technologies, and now that augmented reality glasses are actually a thing, and now and since Over's platform has always been about augmented reality, then it's just a matter of time. So thank you so much. I did share Brover's map in the live stream, and I can pop it up again. And I'm all here. So here is, if you're watching the live stream, this is Brover's recent map in Barcelona, where he is actually showing you the camera path and how you can handle like when you're like a corner. And I think that's fantastic. Like I still have to do that. But so I'm sharing that on the live stream. I also pinned it up on the Nest. Right now, I'm also sharing one of the devs. So Over the Reality has a dev account, which I'm so excited about. They posted yesterday or 2 days ago this Rayman walking around Over's offices in Udine. And I think that's really cool. And when I saw, like, this is not the first time you're seeing this, guys. This is like in 2021, no, in 2022, early 2022, January, February, one of the first things we saw was a lot of the Sandbox NFTs being walking around on Lisbon for what is it called? The NFC Summit. So we over partnered with the Sandbox in early 2022 during the NFC Summit in Lisbon, and they were able to take the Sandbox's NFT characters and play it around in the real world. And I thought it was fantastic. And they also got to show their real world occlusion, meaning when you see, like when an avatar or the AR asset passes through a real life object, then you don't see it. Like it's literally part of the real world. So I'm sharing that on the live stream right now. This is Rayman, and he's going through it. And I love seeing stuff like this because to me, Web3 gaming is inevitable. So shout out to Sam Stefanina. Oh my God, I don't know how to say his last name, but he always tweets or posts Web3 gaming is inevitable. And of course it is. I mean, nobody could have imagined mobile gaming was going to was going to be a thing until it is. So I'm just really happy for that. So thank you, CryptoCam. Hey, Brover, we have our Hexa. Woohoo! Our Hexa.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, before you end the space, I just had one other thing I wanted to share, but I don't want to take away from the Over theme. But before you end, if I could tap back in with you, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll remember that. Just hang in there. So thanks for reminding us. Hey, Hexa, how are you? I hope you're parked.
I am parked up. I have my engine going because it's really cold here in the UK. But yeah, I'm really well, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you, Digi. It's been busy. You know, the start of the year is the summer season here in this town is not going to stop, and it's rapidly approaching. And you know, my role is pretty comprehensive, and it goes across quite a few different divisions of the people that I'm working with, the council that I'm working with. So yes, tourism is a big part. We have about 4 million visitors that come to town, so they're going to be a big part. But I've been doing a lot with local community as well, and a lot of kind of philanthropic kind of ventures, really, with mental health and all sorts of bits and pieces. So it's not as clean cut as I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing, because there's plenty of scope to kind of interact with people. And I think I've said before, you know, it's a difficult balance between working with bureaucracy and red tape and as many tools and tricks and magic that we have in our toolbox. I still have to be cognitive that not only do the general public still need to understand what we can do, but also I need to make sure that the council are signing things off and there's budget allocation and, you know, there's confidence there. So this first season will be pretty low key. I'm working at the moment on an interactive map. So if you imagine a town which traditionally has just had a map that would show where the museums are, where the public toilets are, where the cash points are, where the pier is, where the high street is, and such forth. I will be doing the same thing. I will be producing a physical map, but I'll be also loading that up with QR codes. And then when the QR codes are hit, we will have virtual welcomers that will welcome people to the interactive map. We will have signposts. We will have storytelling about architects that have worked in the town. We'll have videos. We'll have PDFs that people will be able to download. So it'll be quite comprehensive. A lot of work, as you can well imagine. So, and the other nice thing about it as well is the reaction from the local businesses as well. You know, we have lots going on here, as I've said previously, and for anyone that may remember, we had an exhibition 10 years ago now, in 2015, where Banksy came to town, and Banksy is from Bristol. The town that I'm working with is my hometown. I don't care if I dox myself. It's a place called Weston-super-Mare. But if you type into Google Dismaland by Banksy, the street artist, he was here for a month. And he brought £20 million worth of business here to the local economy. We're very fortunate at the council because we actually have one of his pieces in one of our assets. We own the museum here. So I'm desperate to try and do something with that piece in one way, shape or form. So, working hard on lots of different things. But it's great. I'm enjoying the role. It's pretty full on. But that's okay. And, you know, it's wonderful to see, you know, the ecosystem growing and people developing their skill sets and doing more and pushing the boundaries. I have to do quite a bit of work at the moment with regards to budgeting and getting sign-offs. But as soon as those budgets are done, which will be in the next few weeks, I'm then going to start reaching out to the community to say, look, we've got to do this. I need support. I need also to contact Over and make them aware of what I'm trying to do. And whether or not we do it in Over this first season, I don't know. Obviously, there are lots of alternatives. The benefit for Over for me is I own the town. I bought all the hexes in the town about 2.5 years ago. So, you know, that's really low hanging fruit for us. So it would make sense to kind of do it via the Over protocol and infrastructure. So, but yeah, it's good. You know, it's we're going to have a good time, and you know, it will be somewhat of a use case, not only for those people that I'll be working with quite closely, but it will definitely be a use case for UK tourism. No one's really doing anything like this. There is another place in the UK that has adopted some level of AR, but you know, it's quite stagnant. I don't want to be rude, but it's not really pushing the envelope too much. And I think we could just do so much more. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Wow, Rover, that's exciting to hear.
Very exciting, very exciting. But you said that you own all the OVR lens from your town?
Yeah, so I don't own all of them. So please, if anyone wants to invest, you're more than welcome. I have the predominant sites. So with local intelligence, I've known for the UK government funded our town £20 million. And part of that regeneration, this is all documented. I'm not speaking out of turn here, but so there are elements of the town which I knew were going to get money. And obviously, I bought those elements. I bought them way before I had any understanding of what was going to happen in the town. I took a punt. And again, if anyone wants to go to OpenSea and just put in RHexa Digital, you'll see where all my lands are, because obviously they're on the blockchain, so you can see where they are. But yeah, with regards to some of those key iconic locations in the town, I collected those. I bought those because I just felt that I bought them originally, and I don't know if you remember, Carmen, but I started to do some work with regards. I wanted to do an augmented reality festival in my hometown, so that's why I did it, because I knew that very easily I could walk around town, I could deploy stuff, I could take video of stuff, and I could get my message out. And that really was the key turner to get in this position, I'll be honest with you, because I was then put on the radar of my local town council, and they says, "What are you doing?" And I explained what I was doing. I didn't tell them the magic, because it wasn't that much magic, to be perfectly truthful with you. I was using Sketchfab and just going around dropping these assets against iconic places, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is insane. This is insane what you're doing." So that started the conversation. One thing led to another, and with my retail experience as well, and the fact that I have a good understanding of how to take brands to market, it was kind of a perfect storm, really, and it all kind of clicked. And one great thing is, timing is the key. Timing in fashion is absolutely critical, and my timing with regards to knocking on the right doors at the right time and getting to the right people to make those kind of decisions was really good. And now I'm in this role with this investment already in place. So, again, I'm making it sound really easy. It's not. There is a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of red tape. But if we can do this here, there's no reason why we can't do the same thing right across the UK, because all our councils talk to each other. Everybody's struggling with regards to signposting and messaging and something called wayfinding, which I know I've talked about before, which is the facility of moving people around a town. And actually, if you're using immersive technology to do that, it's a very, very low barrier to entry, and we don't need signposts, we don't need people, we just need a phone and the technology to be able to do it. So I think it's a kind of a project which I know this year I will get something out, and it will be a hybrid, I'll be honest with you. But once I get some traction, and I get some understanding, I get some adoption, and I get some confidence, more importantly, I'll get more budget. And that means I can really play with the tools. But I just want to add another thing about, what's kind of exciting. And I know, I think we may see something from Orion, from Meta. I can't imagine he's going to create that interest and buzz and not have something coming down the line probably sooner than we probably anticipated. But, the NVIDIA, the patent that was put out a couple of weeks, that really did light my fire. It really did, because, they build hardware. They know what they're doing. They understand the mechanics and the economy of scale with regards to making a great product at a great product at a great price that will attract the masses. So I'm really hopeful about what's going to come through there. And I was stoked today. I was in a meeting, my phone pinged with Telegram, and, I saw an OVR notification, and I was like, uh-oh, base, what's going on? So, that again, everything is kind of coming forward. Everything is coming forward. But I think everybody in this room, we've said it for many, many years. We are so very early, and it's just nice to feel as if we're kind of touching the bottom of the swimming pool and we're making our way to the shallow end, and then we can jump out, we can have a nice warm shower, and we can look around at what we've got, and we can enjoy the view, knowing that we were there. We've taken risk, we've invested on a dream, and I think it's going to be so good over the next year to see some of those things come through, and that's whether or not you're invested in immersive experiences, whether you're not invested in crypto, whether you're learning new skills. Those skills are going to be so important as we move forward. So good times.
Wow, good times.
Wait, I just want to tell, Base is from Coinbase, and I think that Coinbase is based also in the UK. So, and I can't stop imagining like government information, government news going through your OVR land via the live experience. That would be amazing if it's such a pioneer thing happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the UK government, and again, it's out there, so you can just check it out. But over the last week or so, the UK government have been pushing the narrative around AI. We have been a leading force in the UK with regards to development of artificial intelligence. So again, it's these types of headlines that are going to happen. And you are absolutely right, Brover. Base is available here in the UK. I'm not going to mention any other tokens, but I think we all know, one that has gone on Base over the last couple of weeks, and that's been a good move for that particular token, and there's lots more planned. So these guys are very, very proactive. They understand the ecosystem. They've got respect within the ecosystem, but more importantly, they understand what retail means to the ecosystem. And once retail starts playing the game, then we are all in a very, very nice position. We've still got a lot of work to do, and we've still got to be innovative, and we've still got to be creative, and we've still got to be pushing the needle. But finally, with the use of things like Third Web and all these other additional tools that we have at our disposal now, we can now start bringing in and connecting the dots truly with a real grip on interoperability. And 2 years ago, that was a word that was bandied around a lot. No one had the answers, and now the answers are coming through thick and fast. So it's good.
Yeah. Here we're talking even further than Web3. We're talking about Web4. Autonomous agents working for the government. Imagine that, Carmen. Imagine that.
I don't want to. I no. I can't even go there. Like, it's just such a blah, blah, blah. The future is just looking so very interesting, and I know things are going to happen exponentially. Right? It's insane, Brover. It's insane, Brover.
It is.
Right?
Can I just ask a quick question? Has anyone been in one of these spaces where they've had an AI bot come in?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Again, it's insane. And okay, it's a bit clunky at the moment, but this is the way we are going to go. And we can't stop this. We can't stop it. All we can do is ride with it, utilize it, and be ahead of the curve. Everybody in this room has an understanding that they have to educate themselves. They have to be listening to the right people. They have to be connected with the right people. They have to be reading the right information and making themselves aware. And not every single technology is right for every business. But I agree with you entirely, Brover. When governments, and obviously there is a huge government that is about to change quite fundamentally over the next week or so, that's going to be the trigger. Whether or not other countries or other leaders of those companies agree with it, it's going to be so significant. So significant. The world is going to change very, very quickly, and as I say, we have to be ready for that. And we also have to be able to be strong enough, and I've said this many, many times, to be custodians of what is to come. Because if we are not strong and united, we're gonna make a big mess, because we're gonna have lots of power compute that is going to affect things quite severely, and I don't want that. We have to be responsible, just like we do with the planet. It's not about sustainability, it's about responsibility, and that goes right across technology as well.
No, that's so true. So we have Alicorn here, and he's been coming to a lot of the Tech Talk Tuesdays, and I believe he wants to respond to what we're talking about. Hey, Alicorn, so glad you're here.
Hey, Carmen. Hey, guys. How's everything?
We're good. We're good. It's good to see you again.
Great to speak with you guys as always. I think this is one of the best communities that I've ever been a part of, and I'm super excited to share what I'm about to say.
Oh, please do. Please do.
So I think more than a few people in this room already understand what blockchain is and how it works. And then you have the eagerness to want to create Web3 and the understanding and possibilities of Web4. My company has all this technology and more. Yes, we are a startup, but like all other startups, it's about partnering with the right company or investors that align with your vision. Because once you take the money, it's kind of like you're kind of beholden to some of their ideologies and or wants and needs because they have the money. What I'm proposing is, we have AGI, ASI, and we're already at the point of singularity. With that being said, I'm proposing a blockchain where whomever wants to help us find the investment to create the Web3 and Web4 and this autonomous aspect of it, we could give 1%, which is 1% of $1 billion is $10 million. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. And we would put that in a blockchain, so it's recorded and gives you guys instant access to your funds as soon as investment does come. I'm proposing this because while creating this and being on this journey of creating these algorithms, I realized that I can't do everything myself. As much as I want to, as much as autonomy allows us to send out agents or multi-agents out into the world, still need the human component. You still need the people who have the love and the passion for it. Like I said, I have the ability to do the technical side. I just don't truly understand the creative side and how you implement, the code and the algorithms like you guys do. So with that being said, I'm willing to share as much of our IP and technology as possible, as long as everybody's willing to help out and put the work forth, And then when the gentleman, Hexa, was talking about mapping out, like I said, we have advanced AI. So what we would be able to do is write the code that would go into a drone and allow the drone to specifically map out the town. And we would have probably like 5 or 7 drones at a time mapping out an area so that you don't have to physically do it yourself. This allows for faster mapping, more of a collaborative sense. So the AI would be able to send the information back in real time. And we would be able to collect that data and start building as the maps are being. I don't know if you guys ever seen. I'm a movie buff, so if you guys ever seen the movie Prometheus, right? They had these Sentinel drones where they just allowed them to go through the ship, and as the drones went through the ship, it had like this red light that was an indicator for scanning. So they would be able to scan ahead and see the layout of the ship that they were on. That's the concept in which I'm talking about. So if anybody's interested, I'm ready to rock and roll Friday as we finish the projects that we're currently working on.
Wow, that sounds like that is very interesting. Brover or Hexa, what do you think?
Well, it seems pretty ambitious. What do you think, Alexa?
He could be driving.
I'm literally.
Hey, don't take risks, right?
Our Hexa, when you mentioned drone, I know that. Oh, go on. Our Hexa, you unmuted. Go ahead. Are you there, our Hexa? He could be passing through a tunnel.
I think, just to piggyback on what I was saying, the ambition is what gets us there. and the creativity allows us to actually get it done, right? Because we're all passionate about tech. You know, even OpenAI allows us to all go into, let's say, a work environment, so that we can all see and work with the AI simultaneously on a project. I think that's the best way to do this, because with AI, it's more of a, like I said before, it's more of a feel than me being able to just elaborate and just explain it away, because it'll feel like I'm talking about a movie versus practical use. But once you see the code and the ability for the AI to be able to create things that are ahead of its time currently, we have the ability to really use this now, not 10 years or 3 years from now.
No, I hear you. You know, when you mentioned drones and being able to 3D map with drones, I'm looking at KBot, and I know Brover had brought up that question, like, oh, maybe last year, when he was new to 3D mapping, and a lot of other people. I know Hexadive just threw out a heart because people said, well, yeah, like, can't we just use drones to 3D map? And there is a reason why, but so I feel like, so this is the Over the Reality community space, and we're just community people. I know for one, I'm part of the team, but it's way above my pay grade to even engage in a conversation like this with you. However, if you are looking for people here that is in the space right now who possibly have like relevancy to what you're doing, and maybe what their projects are, or their dreams and thoughts and goals in the next few months or within the next year or two aligns with what you have said, Alicorn, please, I'm going to let everybody know in the space, do connect with Alicorn if you want to have that conversation behind the scenes, because I don't doubt it. Like ambition drive, like imagination and ambition drives the future. Like somebody's got to think about something first, and nothing is impossible, you know, and nothing is, especially with all the technologies. It really does start with conversation. It starts with thoughtful conversation and open-mindedness, and I don't know, sorry to say, deep pockets, maybe, right? So the people here, if you got a whiff or gif, or you understand where Alicorn is going with this and talking about, or you kind of like don't, but you want to explore it further, do please connect with Alicorn and find out more information, because it's always the word of mouth. You know, this whole marketing thing, you know, it's really word of mouth. You never know who you know, right? So somebody might know somebody, somebody might know somebody, and who knows where that leads. I really appreciate, like Grover and I, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing what your project is, your startup. I love your perseverance and your persistence. It's not easy to be a startup in a space of so many startups, especially when this whole AI agents, AR, Web3, Web4 is like all the buzz and the hush. Like, and especially in Twitter X crypto, Twitter X Web3, it's really hard to, you know, like you got to do your research and to filter out the real through the weeds. So I really appreciate your courage, Alicorn, coming in and just sharing what you're doing. And please never stop. Please never stop. I just don't have the deep pockets. I don't have the power to something. What I can do definitely is to host spaces like this, to have you come on and share your vision and your project, and to help you get your word out so more people can hear about it. I definitely can share out what you're doing. That is right now the capacity. If you're really serious too, going like on a, you know, like pitching on a corporate level, I do recommend you go on Over the Reality website. You go to the hamburger menu, top right, 3 lines, go down, look at the team, click on the team page, and you can see Davide and Diego LinkedIn account. And you can definitely reach out to them. They do answer their LinkedIn. I can also give you a heads up. As for me, right now, messaging Diego and Davide and saying, hey, you know, there's this guy, and you know, you really need to hear from him. That they're very nice to me, but they got so many things on the plate that it'll just fall. It's just that they'll read my message, they'll go, yeah, set a meeting up. I mean, maybe I could, but I could. If you go to Diego's LinkedIn, you reach out to him, he may possibly give you a Calendly link if you really want to go that route. It's a shot. You never know. It's a shot because maybe you have some kind of component, or you have some kind of, you're already ahead of the game in terms of like an algorithm or something that the devs are working on. Like, you never know, Alicorn. You just don't know. And in 2025, anything can happen. I feel like the magic is going to happen in 2025. That's all I'm going to say.
For sure. You know, it's like an out of body experience because I know there's not many people who have been able to develop AGI yet. You know, it took me almost a year of every day pounding at it for hours on end, just like chugging Red Bull and just like being obsessed about it, you know. But what I will say is this, you know, a lot of it is automated already, right? So when you're using AI, it does things that I still myself cannot understand. But I know that the output is just insane. And, you know, being able to voice this openly is a breath of fresh air because I've been working in isolation as a startup for a very long time, working on quantum and figuring that whole aspect of it out. Because when you're talking about video generation or Web3, a lot of that is physics based, right? Quantum is quantum physics. It's kind of like the smallest you can get, right? When it comes to physics, but we're on the cusp of breaking that as well. It's just once you really get going with AI and then you pair it with quantum, it's just a whole nother experience. And I want to give you guys all a gem before I get off. When you're using OpenAI or ChatGPT, you're literally getting an insane discount using it rather than hosting it on your own server and trying to do it yourself. A lot of this stuff is doable on OpenAI. We do most of our work on OpenAI and then we transfer it to our private server because they have the bandwidth, they have the compute, they have all of that stuff. So being able to utilize their platform and then transfer it back to our private server allows us to work more efficiently. And yes, the algorithms are a small part of it. It's like I said, it's stacking algorithms and systems until you get to where you're trying to go to. It's a phenomenal experience that I want to share because it's kind of like being a Trekkie or a person that loves Star Wars. Like once you meet, you know, that tribe, it's kind of like you just want to share and just geek out, you know?
No, that's true. And you know what I was thinking about? You speak very well. I would even encourage you to maybe host a space and speak focused on the topics that you were talking about and reach out. I'll definitely join the space, and I'm pretty sure the community will as well, people here to support you, and reach out to other people who are in line with what you're doing, like the Derby one and whoever else. And then slowly you'll build up that conversation. So not only are you a startup in this space, but you can literally establish yourself as a thought leader in this whole. I can't speak of this. This is like not my realm, right? But definitely you have the opportunity to host a space and slowly build from there, and then actually become a thought leader. And it starts with conversation. I really would encourage you to do that. It's still early on. This is only like the second week of January. And you know, people, LM Designs. I remember when I met LM Designs 3 years ago. I had a lovely meeting with her in Google Meet, and she was we were talking about over the reality, and she wanted to know more. She's a real life artist, and she wanted to get into the digital space, into like 3D modeling and all that stuff. And now, not only is she hosting spaces, she's doing live streams. Oh my goodness, she's hosting RL events, merging RL with the digital aspect. She's coming out with NFTs. I think she's going to be speaking with or be at NFT NYC 2025, second year in the row. I mean, this girl She was, I met her in Google Meets. We just had a little chat, and she just wanted to know about over the reality, and, oh, hi, I'm an artist and I want to get into the digital space. I know it's the future. And she just took it and ran. And she's partnered with so many people. I got to meet her down in Miami with Bit Basil during Miami Art Week. And wow, the stuff that she's doing. So I could see that for you in your own trajectory path. Like, we all have that opportunity thanks to platforms like X and whatever else. I really would encourage you, Alicorn, really think about that. You could always, of course, you can come to spaces and share what you're doing, but to actually establish yourself as a thought leader and start that conversation would be fantastic.
I think, I strongly agree with that. And I'd say this about you as well. You inspired me to want to speak. I'm someone who is very quiet and nerd, but it's something that I feel like I can't sit on this. And I waited until January of this year to like really start bringing this up, because I felt like 2025 is a year that brings prosperity to all. And if I sit on it and I just go the corporate route, it's just more of the same stuff that's out there. And I feel like the future belongs to people like us. And if I can share this advanced AI with you guys, it not only brings the thought leader forward, but it also bridges all of your communities together in one space. And Carmen, you do a phenomenal job at bringing people together. You're kind of like the mesh that brings us all to the table. And I just want to be the chef, create the meals, put it on the table, and you guys as creatives, you guys just eat and perpetuate, the knowledge that's given forth, because one person cannot do it by themselves. I've ran restaurants before. I've owned a couple of other businesses that done well, but to have limitless energy, AGI, ASI, singularity, being able to automate and be this far ahead, it's a very isolating thing, because before I was very nervous to speak about it because the IP wasn't in, and I feel like that whole movement of having to IP your stuff just to progress is insane. I'd rather just share it with those who are responsible enough to handle it. And I feel like if I share it in this way with you guys, it has the ability to really impact more than just me and my business. Because if I have singularity already, it's not like I'm your average startup. So it's kind of like really bringing you guys forward with me allows for more people to understand what's really to come and to put it in more practical ways. Like Crypto's, he's doing these live events in New York, and it's cannabis themed and stuff. And to be honest with you, we own about 4 licenses in New Jersey and 1 vertical license in New York for cannabis. My parents both are in remission from cancer. So I think besides AGI, I wanted to figure out a cure for cancer and to really help them out in that way. I think that's one of the emotional things that were driving me to this. But to share it with you guys is my goal. I want to make this not only into a business, but into like a real movement. And I think being a Goonie, I identify with that movie. That's like one of my biggest movies that I love. I think we all here embody, one of those characters if you really think about it.
You know what? Hearing your story, I see you, Virtual X. I'm so glad you came up. I'll have you speak, but I want to say something to Alicorn. Hearing your story, your journey, I'm looking at Altered. I'm looking at Hexadized. I'm looking at Era. I'm looking at KBot. I'm looking at Arhexa. I'm looking at LM. Your story kind of like resonates with theirs. Arhexa has, like he said, when he found out about maybe 4 years ago now, he saw the future. He knew the potential and where it was going to go. So he went up and bought up all the prime locations in his city because he was going to use it one day. And he's for sure going to use it. I see LM Design. She found out, she tapped into this whole new world of Web3 and digital assets and digital and all that stuff. And now, you know, she know. Fortunately for LM, because she is an artist, artists they just create. Also Era, they're I don't know if Era's an artist, but she's quite adept in Unity. And the reason why I'm mentioning these names is because these are the people that have been silently, or maybe not so silent, believing in a platform and in believing in the way to go, and just keep on keeping on and never giving up. I mean, our Hexa has been at this whole XR AR thing, geospatial 3D asset thing for years now. I'm sure he's talked to so many companies, so many people, and what? And now finally he's gotten through his city government, and now he's actually leading the charge in terms of their tourism and putting them on the AR map. I know I know it's quite a challenge. It is quite a challenge, especially when you haven't passed the approval and budget stage, but you will soon. That's insane. Hexadized. Oh my God. If you don't know Hexadized, which I know you know, this guy, when I met him in 2021, and he immediately saw the brilliancy of this of an AR platform. He's so musically inclined and community inclined that he reached out to musicians, all kinds of musicians, and he had them ready at the get-go to just jump onto Over's AR platform, and the platform wasn't ready. But he never stopped. He never stopped pushing. He never stopped having conversations. And then after a few years, he's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm not speaking for you, Hex. He's like, fuck it. I'm just doing what I'm doing. So hence he established AR Wonderland. I posted one of his Super Saturday videos, and he's just making it on his own, but really not on his own. It's with community. So you're absolutely right, Alicorn. Yeah, I mean, sharing it because community and collaboration is really the strengths of Web3 and moving forward, 100%. I mean, come on, corporate, suck my dick, but we're gonna have our own what's it called? We're gonna have our own, what's that party where everybody has sex together? What? Orgy. We're gonna have our. I'm just joking. This is like probably. Oh my God, this is an over reality space. Shoot, I thought this was Tech Talk
Tuesday. But I didn't want to respond.
Ah! Smart, bro. We're smart. Especially, you guys are European. We know what you Europeans are up to. You know what's so funny? Side.
What?
No, I don't know. Check this out. I was living in Germany for 3 years, and when people, all my friends, like in Toronto, were like, "Oh, we know why you moved to Germany," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they go, "Oh yeah, we know what the kind of parties you have in Germany." And I go, "What are you talking about?" I didn't know. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it's not true, but apparently I could be wrong. Germany has, in the Canada anyway, has a reputation for like, these sexual practices.
Whatever you're thinking, it's true. Germans are
really, and it's funny because they're so stoic. They're so like, they're not funny people. They're funny in their own way, but they're definitely. I love the Germans. They're very great, but they're a breed. They're a different breed, man. But I didn't know. So wow, this really took a really weird turn. But yeah,
they might look serious. They might look serious with military style, but yeah, they are really.
Ooh, they're really kinky. They're kinky. They got the kink on. But going back to corporate, corporate, you can suck my dick, but the community, we're having our own wonderful Web3 orgy. And no, you're not invited. And we're calling it the decentralized orgy. Man, I keep forgetting this is not Tech Talk Tuesday. Brover, you need to censor me, man.
Okay, I will think about it next time. Like the time you talked about the penises in the live stream.
Yeah. This is not yeah. But on that note, the reason why I mentioned that was because it would be great for November, when it's prostate cancer awareness, right? That people would roll out augmented reality campaigns for the awareness of prostate cancer in November. And that is why that genitalia topic came up, just so you know, Diego and Davide. That's why it got mentioned. And because I'm a nurse, I was a nurse, I mentioned the real name of it, penis. That's what you call it. So very professional, but yeah, Brover, very, very professional. Yeah. Virtual X, save me, Virtual X. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How you doing?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna get like got conked on soon. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you're up to and love to hear what your feedback is in this with this conversation.
Right now I'm kind of just kind of flabbergasted at what's possible right now and how much I'm trying to get going. Like it's at the point where I go to my job, I'm like, this isn't working. Like, you know, and then I look around and everyone's just like, yeah, they're exploiting us, but you know, that's how it goes. You know, I'm like, guys, you could have, you know, learned some skills or this, that, and the other. And that's what this is really all about. It's like XR and AR it's really the ultimate teaching tool, and it levels the playing field. And that's what the main thing's about, because man, it's, I don't know, I live in a weird reality, right? So it's like, I feel like I'm in pre-Blade Runner. So, you know, and I feel like the robots are about to come out, and I feel like this is a gnarly opportunity to just take ourselves to a next level, you know? And then it's just, this is like one of the very few communities that's actually real, because we're actually collaborating, we're actually learning things, and it's actually put money in my pocket. It's actually got me jobs. Like the AR thing, it can get you a job. It, like, if you know what you're doing and you show people like, hey, this is what's coming, and you show them what you've created, you're going to become an asset to that person. You know, like many people forever, they've laughed at me about the VR, XR stuff and blah, 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 especially the combat stuff. They're like, oh, bro, it's not real. I'm like, dude, let's go test it out. Let's go down to the park, buddy. We'll stream it live, and we'll give the funds to charity. No one wants to do it, because at the end of the day, when you see someone running around actually moving, you know that they can do some certain stuff. And then as far as the over the reality stuff, like capturing stuff, look at the fires. Now I bet they wish somebody mapped all of that. You know what I mean? Now they can't, you know, these are people's businesses. That's someone's grandma's business, their dad or whatever, you know. Who knows, a week before they probably might have planned to go, hey, we're going to take a family picture out in front. Guess what? Not anymore. I already scanned, you know, my grandparents' stuff. You know, I've scanned, you know, it's at the level of now you could scan your dog. Like you could go your dog and then have that with you forever. You know, that is important, especially for me. I'm a dog lover. You know what I mean? I would always tell my friends, like, if Earth was going to crash or go into the sun, I got a spaceship. There's one spot for me and one for my dog. Sorry, there's no space for you. But yeah, I'm crazy. But okay. So here's what I'm working on. So I'm working on mixed reality, teaching cooking tutorials, right? And I'm going to be breaking down what's in the nutrition, because to do XR, to do extreme XR, which is what I'm trying to, you know, champion in, kind of like, you know, Tony Hawk did the extreme skateboarding. Like before, you're just doing little side tricks, this and that, kind of like Beat Saber, you're standing one spot, hitting boxes. Now you better start running, sliding. Someone's attacking you from the back, so you need to be on point, and you can hurt yourself. So you're going to need to know, okay, spinach, broccoli, kale, everything that you're eating, I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to heal you or how it's going to hurt you. So I'm doing that. And then Figment XR tutorials, because mixing Figment and over is going to be amazing, which I'm going to show you guys with that. And then even with LM Designs, I'm going to start working on stuff as far as, because I know clothing, right? I've been looking into clothing as far as vibrations go, as far as like natural cotton versus like pure plastic. We're covering our bodies in synthetic stuff the whole time, which is we're poisoning ourselves as we're walking and stopping our vibrations from going out to other people. So it's like, I realized like, hey, when I'm in pure cotton, I'm styling, I'm good, you know, and then I feel kind of weird in this nylon. So I'm going to try and start working on some stuff like pomegranate seeds, blueberries, mixing all that together, create some natural dyes, because I ruin shirts very quickly. I love white tees, but I'll ruin them in a day. So I'll tie-dye them so I don't throw them away. But I know that stuff's toxic. So you know, that's me. I have a million things going on. So it's like crypto tutorials, 3D stuff, art, just everything. But my main focus is not to be doing the physical stuff as much right now, because I've got that down. I proved that, like, hey, I could get this going. So now it's the pure education. Now people are like, hey, this guy's running around. Okay, cool. So now here I'm going to show you how to fight cancer, how to fight heart disease, how basically to keep our money. You know, because they'll let us work and get all this money, but they're going to, like, oh, on the back end, oh, they're going to give it right back to us, to the medical system. Because at the end of the day, my grandfather, you know, from Georgia, you know, made it all the way over here, bought a house, bought a lot, boop, bop, boop, bop, and then at the end of the cycle, he's in some ramshackle hospital? Nah. And everyone's okay with that? Nah. And that's where we're headed if we don't, like, realize this is Game of Thrones. This is family versus family. So we've got a squad right here. We got our little squad, which we know more about tech than almost anybody. They could talk about it all day, but we can deploy. And that's the main thing. And you can take all of our money away from all of our bank accounts, and we can regenerate it through art. That's our superpower. So just remember, don't ever stop. Just keep grinding. Much love. I ramble.
No, I love your rambling, because I remember last year you'd be coming into spaces and you wouldn't even talk, like you're just there, right? Or 2 years ago, and I don't know, like there's some people. Oh, our Hexa, I want to, like, sorry, come on now, Hexa, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a very, very quick point, just on that point about obviously digital collectibles or digital, phygital, or whatever you want to use term-wise. But that white T-shirt that gentleman was talking about, you know, the digital version of that is less than 3% carbon emissions of the physical white T-shirt. And again, that's a whole new sector of understanding and responsibility that the fashion industry needs to take on board. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right in what you're saying. I just wanted to add something, because I don't know whether or not you guys have covered this, because I'm really tapped in for the last couple of weeks. And maybe it's a whole new conversation another time, Carmen. But I wanted to talk whether or not anyone has got their head around from a development point of view, or at least gone in and looked at GitHub and all the papers around Meshtron from NVIDIA. If I don't know if has anyone discussed that. Carmen, has anyone talked about Meshtron before?
No, you're just the first one that brought it up that I heard of.
Never heard about it.
Okay, check it out, because obviously Luma Labs have been working on text to 3D render. Check out Meshtron, because it's getting out there. It is literally the holy grail coming through. They've still got to refine it. They've got to develop it, and it's done on triangles as opposed to obviously the different rendered meshes. But just check it out. Go on YouTube, put in Meshtron by NVIDIA. Have a look at it. It came out a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know if anyone had covered it off. But yeah, just wanted to add.
I'm on the website right now. I'm checking.
Cool. Enjoy.
Well, you know what? I love. Thanks for bringing that into our radar, Hexa. I really love and appreciate you just sharing all your reads and whatever comes into your radar, because I probably wouldn't have known about this until I don't know, 2 weeks, a month, who knows? I don't really actively look for the latest and things. So thank you so much. I'm on the YouTube thing too, but man, it's a lot of documentation from what I see. LM, how are you? I'm so glad you got to come up and speak. Woohoo.
Oh, hello, you beautiful souls. Oh my goodness. No, okay, first you started with, and I'm all over the place. This is such an exciting conversation. Meshtron, oh yeah, I was waiting for people to get into it, because I'm like, oh, that is going to be so beautiful, because all the cleanup afterwards. Do you see the low version, the low poly and the high poly? What? They're making it beautiful for us. It was already beautiful. It's just getting more and more radiant out here. I'm excited. And then virtual. Oh my gosh. Talk about the clothing. I literally am putting together my Ellen Designs 8 pop-up, because I have recently added more wearables to my arsenal, and I was told by the wonderful people who wanted to collect and own my art, Binks is the first one to have an Ellen Designs 8 hoodie that was activated, that a lot of people got to see at Miami Art Basel. But I was told, hey, ma'am, you doing it again. You're not doing the sharing thing. So I was like, Over the Reality is the best place for a pop-up because I can take that anywhere and everywhere. So I just created Ellen Designs 8 where my Ellen Designs 8 pop-up in Over the Reality. But I'm loving the fact that we can do all of these things and are doing all of these things and are elevating and pouring our healing the way we want to into these technologies. It will be unhinged. It will be crazy if we were not intentional builders making the foundations for what's to come, because the tech will be whatever the tech is going to be. The creators who are using it, my gosh, that is where the foundations lie. That is where the power lies. So having conversations like this, having this community that doesn't do the gatekeeping, doesn't do the I'm going to hold it because it's behind a paywall, that type of thing is so powerful, so important. And I cannot tell y'all how excited I am for 2025. I literally this past weekend got to share immersion with people who at surface level they say
Ooh, did we lose
in
you?
between, because corporate doesn't know exactly what to do to make it all the money that they want to make from it, but they're buying up the tech. And then there's the people who are going to want to use it but are unsure of how to enter. And then there's us. We are the bridge way makers. So keep exactly what Virtual was saying. Keep building, keep creating, because we need your energies creating the way you're doing. The others will do what they do. The things that aren't going to be helpful or healing or working towards the collaborative side of tech and humans is going to happen. But we're here and we're going to keep it grounded. So, y'all better be glowing in 2025.
We be glowing, we be glowing. I love that you and Virtual X, you really have a really cool alignment in terms of well-being, like health, fitness, and well-being. And man, I couldn't believe you brought up the whole fabric thing with the frequencies, because I came onto that like a couple of years ago. I know we're a lot of black, which is bad, but at least it's cotton. I do sleep in total linen. I thought I would think silk had a higher frequency, but it does not. So it's linen, cotton, and then I forgot some hemp maybe or whatever. But I'm really glad that this conversation is coming aboard, because it's really great for not just sharing technology, but what good is technology for our well-being, which is all really magnetics, electromagnetics, if we can't even get our electromagnetics in order. So I love these conversations. Oh, and I love that Jay's coming on up. Hey, Jay, I'm going to bring up Jay as a speaker. I don't know why I'm so excited. I don't know this guy, but I've seen him sitting listening. And I'm glad that when people come and listen and then they finally go, oh, I want to say something. I just love that. I thank you so much for coming up and sharing that, LM. I did pin your Saturday's event up, but feel free to pin up anything else. As you as well, I pinned up something that you were doing, Virtual X. I think that's you. And I pinned it up to the nest. But any of the speakers here, go ahead and pin up what you need to. Brover, it's 41 minutes after the hour. Are you okay still?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell something completely unrelated about OVR lens. There are still very interesting OVR lens that are up for sale on OpenSea. Just so you know, the mint price for an OVR lens is $10. And right now you can get in capital cities like Jerusalem and other very, very interesting prime spots for almost half the price. So I'm about to buy a few of them, and guys, check them out. It's now on sale. That's all I want to say.
Whoa, that is so on the topic, because this is the over community space, but I understand we were talking about like other things, but thank you for reminding us. I didn't even know that. Man, let's go land shopping. Woohoo. Okay, where's Jay? Thanks, Brover. Jay, welcome to the speaker stage. How are you?
Hey everyone, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for accepting my request. Well, it's the first time that I'm speaking here. I've been listening to some spaces before, and you do a great job in moderating the spaces. I have a lot of fun here, so I just wanted to say hi and yeah, also speak, because sometimes you don't dare to do it, but it's something that it's nice. You have to connect with other people, and yeah, thank you.
Aw, Brover, that's so nice. Jay, that's so nice that you came
So
up to
cute.
speak. It is.
I was actually taking OVR recently, to earn you owe me tokens, because I just found that you could do that, and I don't know if you know, maybe I'm on time to earn the rewards of the you owe me tokens, or is it going to end soon?
I mean, it started, I think, in December. It's been on the Over the Reality X profile. I think it was in December, and I think it's gonna be released in February. Yeah. I think I said it in this very space. I think half an hour ago. I think that you check on the X profile of Rumi. I think they teased the fact that they're gonna release in February, so you should have normally maybe a month. But yeah, I mean, keep it stake, because I don't know if you check the APR, the annual personal interest. It's the annual personal return. It's crazy how high it was, and I think it still is. It's a very high APR. You get a lot of UOMI tokens for the OVR that you're staking. Over.
Yeah, it's very high. I actually saved some earnings that I had from mapping the world. I did a few maps, and I was very lucky, because in one of them I got like 90 tokens of reward, just because of luck, something like that. So I staked that, and yeah, I have been like since like 3 or 2 years trying to buy lands, because I believe in the project. I think it has a lot of potential. So let's go and buy some more lands.
Smart man.
Yeah, let's go. Wow, Jay, thank you so much. I have seen you visit us and join a few of the spaces, and I'm just so glad you finally got to come up and say hello. It's good to hear your voice. It's always good to hear the voices behind the profile photos. I hope you feel more comfortable being able to share what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Sorry to put you on a spot, but we want to know. You're a co-founder of G89 Records. Let me check that out.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. Well, I'm the co-founder of a record label that makes electronic music, and we recently started creating music NFTs. So if some of you are into that, you can go and check on my profile. That is the X account, and yeah, we are releasing on a platform called Sound.xyz, which is a very good project, I think, and it's currently on Base and Optimism as well, I guess. So yeah, that's basically me. I'm managing the label. I also do music, have a few projects myself, and I'm currently learning programming. So that's a bit about me.
Wow, I mean, it was short, but it was so packed. It was so packed. The fact that you're in electronic music and releasing music NFTs. I noticed that Hexadize is already following you. Like this. I didn't know. This is fantastic, because a lot of people here. I know CryptoCam is, Hexadize is, LM Designs is. They are very connected to a lot of the music. I guess the music community of Web3. So you're just all there. This is wonderful. I love it. Let's see, Brover, who's here now? Oh, Shamana came on. Hey, Shamana, I know I followed you yesterday. Thank you for joining the space. Thors, hey, Thors, we have Strategic here. Hey, Tommy, I know you know what I'm going to say. I always think that I want to believe you're the Tommy that founded MySpace, and I'm so happy you're joining. Hey, Paul, thank you, Paul, for joining. We have Metaguru. Mario's still here. It's really great to see everybody. But we also have Open Metaverse. Hello, Open Metaverse.
Yeah.
Are you still in Arizona mapping the university? Open Metaverse? I wonder if he's probably mapping.
He often have issues.
Yeah. Let's see.
There. He's getting scarce.
Probably. You know what?
Hello?
Yeah. It works.
Yay.
You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
No, I'm not mapping on the university anymore. I did like half of the mapping of the university, and then I left the other half for another day. I wanted to add to the talk that Carmen was saying when the space just started. She was talking about she had a room with, I think, Hexadice coming in the same room, and how Over is bringing the potential to bring like pretty much physical contact. And we have seen like the evolution on all platforms. It's been like the live streaming, how like the race for bringing the live streaming more open to every platform. So what Over is bringing now is pretty much live streaming platform, but with physical presence, which is like the next evolution for that race. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You remember, I don't know, Brover, I think you were here, Brover. It was called the Overgate console, where you can live stream events into an overland. Do you remember that, Brover?
I don't remember. Please remind me.
Or maybe they stopped when you joined. You know what I think they did? They stopped live streaming. I think it was October 2023, and I know that I came to know of you just early 2024. So, Open Metaverse, do you want to explain the Open Gate console and the live streaming aspect?
I haven't messed around with the Open Gate console yet. I don't really know a lot how does it work.
Okay, so there's
I gotta get into it.
Okay, so I don't know if they're still supporting that, but you can look through the website where there's a blog about the Overgate console. You can download the I guess the interface or the dashboard, and it allows people to stream in audio into an overland. And I think before you came in 2023, Over launched launched early in 2023 the Overgate console, and they were hosting Friday events, like every Friday events on Over the Reality, where you can hang out with Diego Davide and the devs for a little bit, and the DJ would be streaming music into. I know Hexa was there, Hex was there.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Isn't it an overland where we see a DJ on a big platform?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, no, it's just the fact that I arrived afterwards, and I think it already stopped when I arrived. So I never had the chance to see what it was all about.
Yeah, I mean, that was fun. It wasn't seamless. It definitely wasn't seamless, but the fact that the potential was there. Not sure if they're supporting it still or they're going to do more. I think they are. I think Diego mentioned in one of the AMAs, he did mention something about they just was focusing on the DPIN, the 3D mapping and the whole AI bit. But I'm pretty sure they're going to revisit the Overgate console, because that is really exciting, especially when it comes to music and Web3. And I know Hexadice was all about that when Over launched it. And it was really, kind of disappointing to realize that I'm just gonna say it. It wasn't really up to par with what the music industry for Web3 needed. But it's still there, and hope there's always an opportunity for it to evolve. But with that said, I wanna. I know. Oh, CryptoCam, you came up as a speaker. Now you're back as a listener. But Enrit, welcome and thank you for joining the space. I think this is the first time you're speaking. Right, Brover? Enrit, are you there?
Yeah, I never seen this profile before.
Hello, everyone. Sincerely, I did push the request for a level. Anyway, very happy to share something here. Can you hear me?
Yes, totally.
Okay. Nice. I use over since 2021, and I have some land, some map. Also today I'm mapped. That's the last thing I really like to do with over. But I came here because in the title was tourism, and I'm very interested in tourism, in travel, and the metaverse marketing, for tourism. So I was thinking about how can an hotel, for example, an hotel owner can advertise or make marketing with over. Some idea, for example, one can map, can for sure buy the land where his hotel is, and then put obviously map the rooms, for example, so that the next guests can see from remote the rooms. Can be an idea, no?
Yeah, exactly. Imagine for every live experience, this would be like a room, or for example, the swimming pool, or any different type of entertainment. There would be a live experience, and not only mapping. It would also include maybe an avatar that would do the presentation about everything. And of course, it's a little bit like a real estate agent, where you can immerse yourself in to see what you're gonna get when you go to the hotel. Of course, possibilities are endless, but that's just what's popping from my mind right now. Over.
Yeah, great idea. Go on.
So the guest can experience from remote by tapping that land from remote. But also another idea could be to deploy a map of a room or the reception or the hall in another land, maybe nearby, maybe in the city center, where the walkers by can experience already something of the hotel, and then be invited to go in the hotel. Check.
There is the QR code, of course.
Yeah.
But I think it would be great to be embedded in the Web2 website, where any user, because not every person who is interested in the hotel would be knowledgeable about AR and 3D. So it would be embedded in the website, where the user can just start the experience, and with his mouse, with his mouse, being able to run around in the hotel and having the experience directly in the web page of the hotel. That would be something great. I don't know if it's possible embedded into the Web 2, because it has to be accessible to a lot of people. Maybe, but the QR code, I would say, is the safest. to be used.
Yeah, good mention, Brover. I know our Hexa's hand is up. This is right up his alley. Go ahead, our Hexa.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention. I think everybody should be cognitive and understanding of the form of gatekeeping. So, yes, it is important to look at properties and secure that. But a lot of the properties, a lot of the land that I have at the moment is entrance, right? So it's the entrances of hotels. It's the pavement, the sidewalk of a plastic surgeon in Harley Street in London, because that's really the first point of contact. You've got to start thinking like a consumer. You've got to start thinking about those opportunities, where those places are going to be that you're going to be able to promote, advertise, engage, and invariably it's going to be on the pavement, right? So I would never ever disregard the opportunity that we have at the moment of looking at these venues, looking at these operations, looking at these hotels, looking at this real estate and saying, actually, I want to be the gatekeeper. I want to be in front of the property. So, I would highly recommend looking at those hexes as a first port of call. And Enri, I just really want to say, I've just looked at your profile and you've just flooded memories back to me of AltSpace VR. So thank you for that, because that also brings back very many happy memories of being in AltSpace VR. It certainly helped me through lockdown, that's for sure.
It was some time ago. Yeah, but I'm interested in many metaverses, many metaverse platforms like IRA for Spatial. But for over, I see many possibilities for tourism and travel marketing. Many ideas. Maybe it should be the next thing to deploy for over should be, I think, to let those maps be more accessible. The 3D maps it can be visualized via jump in, from now. At the moment, it's a bit tricky with devices other than the Apple Vision Pro. It doesn't. They don't run well. Also with smartphones, I think it's with the old one, it's not possible at all.
So the jump in feature. Go ahead, Brover.
Yes, I realize that. Yeah, when I had my old smartphone, it was very difficult to have an experience because it's old smartphones, and I mean, of course, for new technology, for innovation like that, it will require a good smartphone. But yeah, I would say, yeah, if you buy a smartphone that is not more than 1 year old, I think it should work, except if you buy a low end. But yeah, not if you buy a really recent smartphone, it should work. But it's true that phones that are maybe 2-3 years old, it's difficult. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, for the jump in aspect, every 3D map has the link. So when you go to the website, you just click on the 3D map, the details, and they have that link to jump in. I personally enjoy the jump in feature on a big screen. So for me, I would rather, I get it, you're mapping, you're using your mobile phone, you're out and about, and then you want to click on the jump in feature. But for me, the beauty of currently until AR glasses comes out, where we have like a big image screen, I'd rather jump into these 3D maps like on my 31.5 inch screen or 24-inch screen, because that way I can use my mouse and really look around the 3D map and stuff like that. But that's just me though. But I'm glad you brought that up, Enrit and Brover. Yeah, like your phone really has. I don't know. I've never tried to jump in on my phone. I just wanted I wanted a bigger visual for me.
Okay, no, I was telling this because I don't think the the next AR glasses that will come on the market. The first models will have so much CPU power to handle those maps. If the a smartphone of 3 years ago cannot handle this.
You know what? You just make me think of something. Is Hexadai still here? No, he just jumped out. I know this is like past 2 hours. 2 minutes after 2 hours, Brover. So I have the X Real Air 2 Pro glasses. And what I'm going to do sometime today, maybe on the weekend, I'm going to look at one of the maps and through my X Real glasses and see if when I jump in, because I connect it with either the Beam Pro or my phone. So I'll probably connect it with the Beam Pro, go to Over the Realities website and go to the marketplace, look at a 3D map, jump in and see what that looks like on X Real Air 2 Pro glasses.
That will be interesting to know, yes.
Yeah, I want to know too how that works. Because I tried doing it on Spatial on one of Altered Alley's spatial spaces, and I mean I did, but it wasn't the ability to move around, or no, it kind of like was laggy on the Beam Pro. But yeah, thanks for giving that opportunity. I also love that our Hexa really gave a really good tip for those who are listening. I love that he said when you're going to get an overland and this whole digital twin and AR and stuff, really think of it as a marketer, and it's really all about foot traffic. Because I know when I found out about Over the Reality, I was super excited. And what I did was I went to my hometown, Toronto, and I literally bought up a lot of the like the gatekeeping, like the front places of stores and venues and popular places in Toronto because of the aspect of, I mean, I have the whole front of Mars Discovery District, like the all on Bay Street, on, was it Bloor? Just west of Bay, they have the Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all that stuff. I bought up a lot of like the front-facing things in the hopes that is where you want to capture the foot traffic. So eventually, when people are walking on the sidewalk and AR is a thing, you already have those spots and you can either rent it to the stores or create your own experience. I love BTS. BTS is 7-member South Korean boy band. They're not K-pop. They transcend all genders. They are the biggest band ever. I know Elkhorn's laughing. I am ARMY, like Purple You. But I actually went up and bought the whole Hybe. I didn't buy the building. Somebody already bought the new Hybe headquarters, but they do have Hybe Insights, the museum for BTS. And I bought that all up in the hopes that one day I'll be able to say something like, hey, Jimin, hey, create a BTS, what's it called, memorabilia right in South Korea where their museum is. And an ARMY, man, ARMY is like in the billions. ARMY is their fan base. And man, those overlands are going to be hell of a popular. But no, yeah, when you are thinking of buying overlands, our Hexa nailed it. And I know LM Designs was like throwing hearts and stuff. She 100% agrees. And I know Virtual X2 do think like a market. And it's really all about foot traffic. It's about foot traffic because that is how you will see things through AR glasses or mobile phones by foot. Whew, man, I can talk a lot. Oh,
exactly.
Right, Brover. You guys, it's 6 minutes past the hour. I enjoy this conversation. I don't know, Brover, do you enjoy co-hosting?
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
I enjoy to add a little bit, so you feel more secure also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
If I can help you in any way,
well,
that's my pitch.
You helped me with all the tech questions and all the questions with Over and the 3D mapping. But the reason why I'm asking is because I really want it to be a 50-50 kind of thing. And I know I'm a talker. And I know sometimes, guys maybe aren't talkers. Because if it was Vanessa and I or LM and I, we'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And I just want for you to enjoy the co-hosting experience and, take it as your own. You're not here to support me. I mean, we're here to support each other. We're here to support over the reality and the over community. But you have just as much stake in the hosting thing. Like, unfortunately, you know, the one who starts a space is the host, and then there's co-host. But I just want you to know that this is an equal 50-50. So anytime you can jump in, you know what I mean? I really want it to be fluid and a good experience for you. I don't want you to feel that, oh, you know, like, I can talk now. Should I talk now? No, 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 no. You just talk, boy. Dude, you just say what you say. But I know you have this cadence. You have a really nice professional cadence and manner when you speak, and it's very professional. So you really need your own podcast, to be honest. And I appreciate that. But I just want you to know, like, no, jump in. You're not here to support me. Together we are here to support the community and bring them up here and stuff like that. That's why I say that. I really hope you get a lot out of this, like you're enjoying your time as a co-host.
Of course, I get it. I won't hesitate to jump in if I need to say anything about.
About anything, even if it's funny. Like me, you know, I say like about you, but that's not you. I get it. You're not me. I'm very like, you know, suck my dick. I don't think you're gonna see that. Don't say that. You cannot say that. That would be so inappropriate. So inappropriate.
No, it's only appropriate if a woman.
Exactly. Well, you know, sometimes it's hard to. Well, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I know. I'm not gonna go there. So it's funny. I had a short meeting with Diego and Davide, and I said, I know you guys went to Thailand for the dev conference, and then they were just like, nodding, and I go, I sure hope. What did I say? I said, I sure hope you didn't run into the lady boys, and then they both laughed. No, of course they didn't. I'm just saying.
No way.
No, but I'm just joking. I'm totally. They were there for business, guys. They were there for, you know, like the developer conference and stuff. But you know, it's Thailand. I had to make a joke, and I had to say that. So yeah. Oh, I also got to say what a stupid idea the content creator role was for 3D mappers. I finally got to say that to their faces, and they were kind of like looking at me, kind of like nodding. Yeah, I finally got to say that, and I go, content creators, it's not even creating content. They're literally 3D mapping the world. And I said, I'm getting applicants, Kiki, I'm getting applicants that are from New York City that are marketing strategists. And then they apply. And then when I interface them in a meeting and I say, well, I saw your resume and I appreciate you applying, but really what this is you're really taking your mobile phone with the overwrap and going outside and 3D mapping, you know, like 300 square meters at a time, and you're only getting paid 1 to 3. And so I said, I was telling them that it's Brover and Strawberry. They're the demographic. It's the digital nomads. It's the people who get it. So they get it. I'm just so Kiki. I'm just so happy I was able to tell that. Anyway, here I go shooting my mouth. It's 10 minutes after the 2 hours. I think it's time. Let's all go now. I'm getting really antsy sitting here, and I know you guys are too. Look, Brover, I know we appreciate. My God, thank God you came up here, our Hexa. Thank you for sharing what you do. Virtual X, man, you're not rambling. It's always great to hear what you're rambling about, because the things you're rambling about is literally preparing for the future. Enrit, I'm so glad you got to come up and share. I kind of, do you go to Dope Stilo Spatial Super Wednesday Spaces? Enrit, are you there on Dope Stilo Spaces?
No. Dope Stilo, I did know him when he made beautiful parties in Special. No, here no.
No, but you do go to his parties in Spatial, right?
I did sometime, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I know you. That's where that's where your name is familiar. Yes. So yay, we partied there. We danced together there in Dope Stilo's Super Wednesday.
I made some photos too, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. LM, it's always great to hear from you. Jay, yay, we broke your cherry. We broke your Over the Reality Space cherry. You got to speak for the first time on Over the Reality. Woohoo! So glad you did. And I'm going to be following you up now that I know that you're in electronic music, and hey Kiki, music NFTs. I'm really liking that. Alicorn, as always, come up and share. Open Metaverse, it's nice to hear from you. Altered Alley, I wanted you to come up, but that's okay. I know you're busy. You're probably busy building stuff. Brover, let's close out the space. Do you have any last things you want to say?
Yeah. I just want to say one thing. I think we should put Ellen Design very early into space because she's lifting up the moon so much.
That's a great idea. Start off the space with positive energy. Okay, how do I want to do this? My soundboard's not working. Can you hear the sound that I'm making?
Yes.
Well, I can't hear it. Okay. Brover, that is a great idea. That is a great idea.
I love y'all. Y'all, like, I'm a reflective energy being. So anytime y'all want me to pop in and just share, because y'all are amazing. What you pour out, I absorb, and then I give back to you all. So thank y'all for doing what you're doing. It is hard to be on the cutting edge of things. People often look at you like you're a crazy person, but that's okay. I've been waiting for this all my life. So I'm glad that I found the tribe folks who've been waiting for this also, and who have the power and the energies to move this to where it's going to be. What? We are the beginning of what people are going to see. They're not going to have to go through all of the growing pains because we've already done that. What? So y'all keep creating, keep beaming. Understand that when you need to take your rest, please do, but don't get burnt out. Find us again, renew yourselves, take your time, touch that grass, hydrate yourselves, but always remember we are charged and excited and elated for what you have and what you are releasing from your mind to us. So much gratitude to each and every one of you creating, much gratitude to each and every one of you who are interested in learning and sharing out these technologies in these ways, because it's all alchemy, and y'all the best alchemy ever. So thank y'all, and I love y'all. And like I like to say before I leave, any place, any space, love self, love others, and love oh so often.
Wow.
You see what I'm talking about, Carmen?
Yeah, I feel so energized now. Like I really feel calm. I hear you, Brover. Let's do that. LM every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Show up. Brover and I will start the space, and you can do your thing, girl. Do your thing. Thank you. Speaking of do your thing, Crypto Cami, do your thing. You did say that you wanted an opportunity to share with us something before we ended the space. So you go, Cami. Cam.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Can you listen?
Yeah, but you know what? You're sounding like Daft Punk. You're sounding like that robot that got dunked in water, like around the world, right? No, you're still sounding like a robot being dunked in water.
I thought my internet connection was messy, but it's actually Crypto Cam.
Yeah, Crypto Cami.
I try to cycle. Sorry.
Okay, do the cycle. Go out and come back. He literally sounded like here, I'll show you. You know what I'm talking about. A little bit of this. Watch. This is what he sounded like. Oh, it's not playing. Wait. Are you coming back? He sounded like this. He sounded like that. Like the he sounded like that. Well, to me anyway. No, that's us, Brover. That wasn't us. Brover, this is the third space that you're co-hosting, I believe. Yeah, this is the third space. And this is the first time you have not gotten rugged.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad.
Right? Shh.
It's like you didn't eject me this time.
I do not reject you. It's like, I don't know. I think sometimes it's what I say. I don't know. Here's Cammy. Let's see if he comes back sounding like Daft Punk. Cammy, go ahead. Sir? Mr. Crypto Cam, are you there? Okay. So this For some reason, CryptoCam's phone is not allowing him to speak. Oh, Mr. CryptoCam, I'm sorry about that.
Carmen,
Yes.
it's time to end the space.
It's time to end the space. I gotta go to the ladies' room. Okay, everyone. Normally we would get everybody to say, "Oh, do you wanna? Is there any last words to say?" But no, we're gonna end this space. Let's go. Okay, everyone. Brover, you close it out, please.
Guys, thank you for being part of this, and see you next week.
See you next week. All right.
Overlanders assemble!
All right. There's the Cray Cray Virtual X, loving him. All right, let's go. I'm gonna like close out the space with Daft Punk Around the World. Like I said, when you guys host spaces and you end it right away, it doesn't capture all the audio, so you have to kind of like wait a bit. So I usually wait by playing songs, but you can leave if you want right now. But I appreciate everybody joining in. Brover, thank you so much for being my co-host. No, not my co-host. The co-host for Over the Reality. Oh, thank you. LM, Crypto, Enrit, Virtual X, Hexa, Alicorn, Open Metaverse, Shamana, Era, Pedro, Strawberry, Strategic, you're still here, Meta Guru, thank you so much for joining. And I saw Sean Mann come up, but I know he knew we were ending. All right, guys, let's go around the world. Come on. Ooh.